Up next, a UFC welterweight division matchup. Well, there is no denying this man's striking credentials. Prevailing wisdom is he's going to try to keep this fight standing tonight.
He has to. You know, this is what got him to the show. It was being able to use the hands to set up the kicks. We all talk about the high-level boxing background of this young man, but as he's developed great knees.
Yeah.
He's developed great timing, great counter skills, and also the beautiful right high kick. The right high kick is something he hides very well as he follows with a jab, right hand, left hook. High kick comes over the top, and he can put you to sleep.
No doubt about it. He will try to put on a striking clinic once again here tonight. Well, so he won his UFC debut by knockout, so you got to think the confidence is sky high as he tries. Oh! Oh! All right, here we go. First round is underway. No denying the big reach advantage for him tonight. We'll see if he can get that jab going early.
Look for him to circle on the outside. Use that long jab to keep his distance and only engage on his terms. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Both guys throwing potential fight enders here in the early going. Whoa!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent prepared back. Look at how fast. The only person I can do this to is maybe John. John, there's a weight difference. I don't know if you know jiu-jitsu much. You miss a lot of your classes. If I'm gonna do this to anybody, it's Annex.
Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, well, he's got him softened up here. 3 minutes to go here, round one. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here, just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Galls has got full mount now. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and there as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night. Yeah, he's hurt really bad.
Oh, he might be out.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. Oh, right in the mouth.
Oh, nice job working hard, posting, and getting back up. Now goes in and secures the takedown. Oh, man, this ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
The problem is his opponent is not controlling his posture. He's allowing his opponent to get up, and when he does, he creates this space to land these beautiful ground and pound combinations.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie.
Big punch from the clinch.
Right there, the seminal blow of the fight.
I mean, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, John. Great placement on that uppercut.
All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah,
what a fight so far.
You ready? You ready? Let's go.
Here we are, early round two. Oh, that is a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad. Now he's on top of him looking for a finish.
Back to his feet.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. Look at the damage inflicted by that elbow.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Well, we told you off the top he had the reach advantage, and you saw it right there with that punch. Trying to kick the leg out. All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but... Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment.
Let's go. Finish this
fight.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Well, not good body language from his opponent here, DC. He's curled up.
No, he's exhausted. He's been beaten.
Under 3 minutes now remain in round 2. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Nicely done. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Gall. Nice hammer fist. Just over 2 minutes to go in round 2. Maybe an opportunity to get a choke here.
Yeah, he lifts the head and goes under. It looks like he's trying to get a bulldog choke. Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
To go. He's having his way with him here. Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet.
Oh, the difference in the strike is crazy. Big punch land. Ooh.
Whoa!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Oh, he got him. He got him.
And just like that, the fight is over.
My goodness, what a fight.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. All right, we'll take a look back at the highlights. You know we're going to find that nasty head kick somewhere in this highlight rip. Just an incredible result for him here tonight.
A very nice head kick to finish the fight, but don't ignore all the work he did with his hands and give credit to the opponent. The opponent was in there every step of the way, and in order to...
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 45 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout haymaker.
Well, we congratulate him on a huge knockout here tonight. He'll probably keep that smile while he's sleeping tonight after what he was able to produce.
He's going to be smiling for a really long time. When you get a knockout like that, not only do you get the win, you also, most times, walk away with a $50,000 bonus check.
Coming up next, a UFC welterweight division matchup. All right, here he is, the decorated kickboxer, back for more here tonight, and he's so comfortable in the striking realm. It's almost like he started kickboxing before he ever was reading or writing.
Oh, it's unbelievable to see someone that's so comfortable under so much duress.
I know.
When you're in kickboxing range, you are in the fire. There is no safety. You're right in range to be getting knocked out, but he does not fear that. He loves it. He loves the combat. He loves the engagement. But what you have to understand is he's not engaging his opponents on their terms. He's doing it on his terms. Whether or not he wants to be in close with the big punches or he wants to be at range landing kicks, he's just constantly putting damage on you. Top, bottom, up, low, it does not matter. This guy is a dominant striker, one of the best kickboxers the UFC has ever seen.
And in terms of the punching technique and the jab, as good as anyone in this division. Well, this young man is a really accomplished submission specialist, and sometimes fighters get offended when you call them a specialist, but most people know what he's trying to do in there, and to this point, no one's really been able to stop him.
John, he will try to pull guard. He
Yeah.
pulls guard anymore in the UFC at this point, but he understands that for him to be successful, the fight has to be in the grappling, in the jiu-jitsu. If he's able to extend these jiu-jitsu exchanges, he is the guy that is generally going to win. He understands position. He understands going from point A to point B. He always is the one controlling the underhook. Always has the frame. Just a knowledge of jiu-jitsu that not many people can match.
And you can be sure as he makes this walk tonight, he's thinking about just how quickly he can get this fight to the ground and utilize those aforementioned high-level submission skills. Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. More than 5 years apart, with big differences in height, but some differences in reach. All right, now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
You ready? You ready?
All right, ready to go with round one. Shades of Vitor Belfort circa 2013 for this young man. He's won his last 3 fights, all of them by vicious knockout. We'll see if he can keep it going here tonight. Oh, nice job to land a knee to the body. Man, I wish I was that tall.
Got to the clinch, controlled the posture, and lands some big knees from in close.
Whips on the straight right hand. Whoa!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, straight right. Ah, he's been working hard defensively. Kick block there.
Nice kick.
He engages in the single collar tie, and they separate.
Look at him yank the head and land that beautiful punch in the clinch.
All right, he's got the over-under in the clinch. What exactly does that mean, over-under?
I mean, it's a 50-50 position. Each guy has an underhook, each guy has an overhook. Who's gonna be the one that goes and scores from this position first?
Man, he's timing his shots nicely. It's like Tom Brady out there. He hasn't missed the target.
I mean, you insist on bringing in Tom Brady. Stop it, John, stop it. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Really making good use of his reach advantage there with that punch. Right hand on point. Timely defense there. Huge block for him. And now they are throwing both sides with conviction.
Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks.
Oh, he's got hand skills for days. Beautiful combination of punches to the head. Nice. Hey, finally gets the takedown. It wasn't for any lack of effort, but finally that shot was good enough to get his opponent down.
I don't know how many times, John, I could have watched this guy shoot takedown attempts without securing one. It's almost like out of pity. You feel good for him to finally get it done. Now what does he do with this top control?
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
And he landed the right hand there. "45 seconds remain in the round." Fighters back to their feet here.
Very tricky when he throws that body.
Got clip with the right hand. 20 seconds now remain in the round. Oh, what a hit he lands. Maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really...
You ready? You ready?
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes out.
powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
DC didn't take double leg takedown attempt here, and that one is true. Nice job there to enter and ultimately plant his opponent on the mat.
Now what does he do? That he's gotten his best shot off, finish the attack. Where does he go now from the top position?
Close guard. Back to the feet now.
Look at the turnover in that kick.
Well, the strike lands there, but doesn't do it. That one appeared to stun him. Oh! Huge right hand! Side control now. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Oh, working.
Oh, man, look at that. Picture perfect. Got to the leg, got to his position, got another beautiful takedown.
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Oh, nice job to get back up again. You don't want to hang out on the ground with this guy. Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Hook is there again. Oh, he might be out. Now goes in and secures the takedown. Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here. And if you're the opponent, you got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop it.
You got to defend. But you can see him now starting to gain posture, and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish.
Gets up again here, but hurting. And there's a takedown attempt. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round 3. Beautiful combination to get the knockdown. Oh, big left hook there. How about those 5 minutes? All right, let's check out some of the action from that previous round, DC, and what a display on the feet. Huge knockdown with that kick.
Yeah, he's a high-level striker. He throws these kicks to the body, he throws them low, but when he goes up top...
You ready? You ready?
Third round underway.
Ooh, what a punch. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, big left. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Well, he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Back to the feet. Oh, hard inside leg kick. Sound defensively blocks the shot. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. Well, it's not due to a lack of effort. He continues to throw, but this is like double-A striking. This is not high level.
Yeah, you can't be missing. It takes so much energy to just throw a strike, but to be whipping like this is only exhaustion. Every opponent is trying to throw to knock his opponent out. You're just getting there. It doesn't feel good. It feels embarrassing.
Just over 2 minutes to go in our third and final round. Gets it inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy.
Down into his mount.
All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position.
Oh, nice job working hard, posting, and getting back up.
Ooh, what a punch. Big liver kick lands under the elbow.
Oh, huge block. Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up. Oh! He's out!
He's done. What a fight.
Yeah, that was just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming. So back to the drawing board for him, but for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. Well, another highlight for the real DC as we look back at that scintillating knockout.
Yeah, but the whole fight, he was landing great strikes, kicks, punches. He was doing everything right until eventually he found the shot that ended the fight.
Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Lavigne has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 20 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by knockout haymaker.
So the celebration is on with him and his team, and rightfully so. A monumental result tonight as he gets the win by knockout.
He spoke it into existence. He said over and over to anyone that'll listen, I am going to knock this man out. He did it in an even more impressive fashion than he ever could have imagined.
Ready. You ready to fight?
Well, it's good to see this man back inside the octagon. Round one getting underway here. As many of you know, he won his last fight by blistering knockout. His popularity has absolutely soared since. So with momentum tonight, he'll try to keep the winning streak and the knockout streak still intact. Oh, nice connection with that punch. It's one thing to have an edge in reach. It's another to take advantage. Nicely done. Timing his shots nicely here, champ.
He's doing a great job of mixing everything up and using a lot of diverse strikes.
And he connects with a punch there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
He's landed that punch over and over again. What's he gonna do to follow up?
Well, fear is not a factor for this striker. Coming out swinging early as we expected. Everything being thrown with fight-ending intent.
He throws everything so hard, but he said to us, when we talked to him earlier in the week, he goes, I'm not afraid of anything. I don't care if I get taken down, as long as I get to put some leather on the guy that I'm fighting before.
Nice jab by him there. He's going nose hunting tonight, huh?
Oh! He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Holding on to him here, not really doing too much, perhaps just looking to recover. Oh, straight right.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick. Oh, that was a big takedown. Is this the one that's gonna break him?
Both fighters get up now. Whoa!
What is it? Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. Chase that finish down now.
Back to the feet.
Put him to sleep.
Back to the feet now. Oh! And just like that, the fight is over.
He got him.
I'm not sure if that's the way he drew it up, but a huge result for him here tonight as he gets the win by way of knockout. And that's about as good a one-strike finish as we've seen here in the UFC in recent memory. I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, so a big, big win for him here tonight. Well, another highlight for the real DC as we look back at that scintillating knockout.
Yeah, but the whole fight, he was landing great strikes, kicks, punches. He was doing everything right until eventually he found the shot that ended the fight.
So there he is as the celebration continues. A huge knockout for him here tonight. That could hold up as one of the better knockouts of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Haymaker.
Well, we congratulate him on a huge knockout here tonight. He'll probably keep that smile while he's sleeping tonight after what he was able to produce here.
He's going to be smiling for a really long time. When you get a knockout like that, not only do you get the win,
well, it's good to see this man back inside the octagon. Round one getting underway here. As many of you know, he won his last fight by blistering knockout. His popularity has absolutely soared since. So with momentum tonight, he'll try to keep the winning streak and the knockout streak still intact.
he's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here. And if you're the opponent, you got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop.
You got to defend. But you can see him now starting to gain posture, and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish. What a tricky head kick.
Oh, collar tie. Oh, really using his reach advantage there as he lands the punch, DC. And he caught the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. And they separate.
Oh, big head kick. Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt already. Bad.
Looked like he might have landed there. Instead, a swing and a miss.
One takedown is easy to defend. When you start stringing them together is when guys struggle.
All right, bottom fighter here. Maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Oh, how about the speed on that reversal there? I mean, I know you can get out of some bad spots, but not with that type of speed.
You cannot allow him to get leverage.
Means he's got his head looking for a guillotine. And he's out. All right, he's got the feet on the hips now, DC, in a pretty good position to get out, I would think, if he so chooses.
Absolutely. This is the ideal position for escaping. Now, you're not going to get a submission off or anything like that, but you having your feet on your opponent's hips, it just allows you to build a push. You just push with your feet. You elevate your opponent's hips away from you, and then you just get a jiu-jitsu escape. Push your hands back, hip heights up, back to your feet. Now we're back to fight.
And now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad.
All right, so he's sort of turtled up here. Not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit. Back to the feet. And he landed the right hand there. And both guys really throwing with authority. And he connects there, DC.
Great job landing that punch.
Right hook to the head blocked. 5 minutes in the books. All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display? All right, DC, here we go with our next round, and we'll see if he can pick up where he left off. High volume of strikes landed in the previous round.
High volume of strikes landed. He was able to be accurate, but also very, very active in his approach to the start of this fight.
Oh, huge strike lands there, and somehow his opponent's chin held up.
His opponent's chin held up, but you do not want to be on the receiving end of those types of strikes.
Whoa!
He's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out.
Oh, both landed.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Means it's back in half guard.
And now he has as a headlock, trying to pin his opponent's back down flat onto the mat. Look for him to transition to an arm triangle to try to chase the finish.
All right, so he postures up. Nicely done. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Meeks. The ground and pound has been there all night. We have crossed the midpoint of this one. Oh, excellent pressure here from top position by Meeks. Lands the ground and pound strike.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
And he's out. I mean, how many can he take? Oh, nice job using his strength there to posture up. We'll see what he can do now.
He's going to start looking to land big shots to the top.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Meeks. Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round two, definitely picking up the pace after round one. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round. They continue to exchange.
Good punch. Oh, man, look at that. Picture perfect. Got to the leg, got to his position, got another beautiful takedown.
All right, so there is the horn at times in that previous round. I didn't think we'd get here after that hit.
Last round, guys. You ready? You ready? Let's go.
Oh, really making good use of his reach advantage as he lands the straight punch there.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of... Step back with that offering, DC, he is hurt.
What a beautiful uppercut. It landed beautifully. Perfect placement on that shot.
Just missed on that spinning attack. Misses with the right hand. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed. And
Whoa!
he needs to start looking.
Oh! Whoa! Oh! And just like that, the fight is over. Oh! You knew if he landed that weapon repeatedly, it could be a short night for his opponent, but that was just one perfectly placed strike that his opponent candidly didn't even see coming. It landed flush, and the rest, as they say, is history. Big knockout win for him here tonight. Well, hard to perform much better than... While we now go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 24 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by knockout, haymaker.
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I got to think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out quick.
Yeah, you...
You ready? You ready?
All right, so here we go with round one. This young contender has won his last 3 fights, and as many of you know, each knockout more impressive than the last. He'll try to extend the knockout streak here tonight to continue his path toward title contention. We'll see if he can keep it going here tonight. We talked about his reach advantage off the top. Made good use of it there with that punch, DC.
Striking the back of the head, pulling forward on the head, and then landing a beautiful punch. Really's got his opponent on notice here.
And he comes through with a big knee.
That knee hurt him.
Now goes in and secures the takedown.
All
right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Back to his feet. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick. Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out. Oh! And they separate. A little cut below that left eye. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap. Oh, man, that was slick.
Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Nelson. Keeping busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom.
Deep breath.
Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here. Just outstanding with the transition.
He is not staying in one place on the ground, and that's very important.
Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the ground.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You gotta be careful. So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight. All right, DC's back from the can as we get this next round underway, and his striking in that previous round was so good. I got tired just watching that output.
I mean, he did a great job of landing strikes. Not only just punches, not only just strikes, they were significant strikes. A lot of punches outside of the jab.
That is a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad. Look at the force behind that leg kick.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Left hand punch to the clinch.
Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, closed guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Well, he's up, but he is hurting for certain. The finish could come at any time. Well, he has landed some good shots, DC, but really unable to string anything together in terms of... He gets on the feet, his opponent in a lot of trouble now.
That was Cain Velasquez's punch of choice. Every time he landed that... Whoa! Yo! Wow! That was nasty!
Beautiful shot to end the fight right there. It couldn't have landed much more flush than it did, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, quite frankly. So near perfect execution on the strike that ultimately results in the KO. We go inside the octagon where Bruce Buffer has the official decision. Coming up next, a UFC welterweight division matchup. All right, here he is, the decorated kickboxer, back for more here tonight, and he's so comfortable in the striking realm. It's almost like he started kickboxing before he ever was reading or writing.
Oh, it's unbelievable to see someone that's so comfortable under so much duress.
I know.
When you're in kickboxing range, you are in the fire. There is no safety. You're right in range to be getting knocked out, but he does not fear that. He loves it. He loves the combat. He loves the engagement. But what you have to understand is he's not engaging his opponents on their terms. He's doing it on his terms. Whether or not he wants to be in close with the big punches or he wants to be at range landing kicks, he's just constantly putting damage on you. Top, bottom, up, low, it does not matter. This guy is a dominant striker, one of the best kickboxers the UFC has ever seen.
And in terms of the punching technique and the jab, as good as anyone in this division. All right, so here he is, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, turned pro in mixed martial arts back in 2003. More than 45 pro MMA fights to his credit. Seems to have finally found the division in which he belongs and trying to make a run here to welterweight title contention.
At welterweight, he has a speed advantage. He also can still defend takedowns very, very effectively. You want to fight? Get an octagon. Get a boxing ring. Let's go in someone's backyard.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Just tell Jorge Masvidal where it's at. He'll be there. This is a fighter's fighter, and he's always looking for a good scrap.
And that's why when Leon Edwards confronted him backstage, had to give him the 3-piece and the soda, right?
He got him with a biscuit. He got him with the biscuit.
Ready? You ready to fight?
All right, here we go with round one. I couldn't even get my wife a ticket to this fight. Why? Because this fighter has won the majority of his recent fights by knockout. Flush KO. People want to see this guy compete. He's not out there for the judges. He's not afraid to give up a round. He's not afraid to take a shot on the chin to land one of his own. And that's why he's become one of the more popular fighters in this division. We'll see if he can get another knockout here tonight and work his way towards his first UFC title shot. Well, you saw the tail of the tape. He has a reach advantage and made good use of it there with that punch.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Oh, here's the head kick. It's blocked. Lands a glancing right hand upstairs. All right, single collar tie now. Good series of strikes by him there.
Great job of mixing it up, staying active, keeping busy, doing great work.
Educated jab there by Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
But not even just the jab, right? You watch Masvidal throw that jab. His backhand is always perfectly in place. Nothing is wasted. He's not loading up on his strikes. He's just letting it flow. Jorge Masvidal is a very educated boxer, and it's showing in his performance tonight. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this? Beautiful body kick lands right under the elbow.
So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Well, he has stayed busy and he has stayed accurate. Nice combination there.
Very accurate, a lot of activity, and the hands look phenomenal tonight.
Oh, beautiful jab by him there. Got that to the target quickly.
He's dictating the fight with a jab. Oh, nice jab.
Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Oh, he tagged him with the punch there, DC. That's an educated left hand.
He's got great timing with his left hand. Oh, the difference in the strikes is crazy.
Uppercut lands for him. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Big elbow there, lands. Oh, well, his hooks have been a big storyline in this one, and there it is again. So just when you thought maybe the opponent had made the requisite adjustments, he gets cracked again.
He gets cracked again, and it does not take many of those hooks.
Job to get the head kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it. And now he's got him hurt bad.
5 minutes in the books.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Need another one, just like that, okay? You won that round, no wavering.
All right, so it was all about the liver kicks and the body attack in that previous round. DC, the highlight.
The liver kick is a nasty kick because it only takes one to land in the perfect spot, and it will shut your body down completely. You won't be able to stand. You won't be able to fight. All you want to do is exit the octagon. He better get his elbow down, or his opponent's going to continue to take advantage of that weakness.
Oh, there he goes, attacking that lead leg to the outside. Nasty kick there.
Nasty leg kick. You got to slow down.
Right to the target. Let's see if his opponent can survive.
I cannot believe he is still standing after taking that punch.
Well, back in the day, he was brawling in backyards in the 305 alongside Kimbo Slice. Now he's one of the biggest superstars in the UFC and showing that he's still got plenty of work to do.
I mean, he's got plenty of work to do, and he has the swagger, a Miami swagger, that will allow him to capture the mind and the imagination of the entire world. Masvidal is now a bona fide star.
Oh, really exploiting his reach advantage as he landed the jab there, DC. Straight right hand from Masvidal. Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Whoa!
He's giving him so many different things right now.
Oh, he might be out. So fighter a little bit stunned, holding on to him now, not doing a ton, just looking to recover.
Good stick.
So a much different approach for him here in this second round. He was a little bit tentative in round one, a little bit of a feeling out process. Now he has clearly found his rhythm, found the range. We'll see if he can continue with more activity here in round two.
Nice body kick.
Oh, well-timed and placed overhand by Gamebred. And he comes through with a big knee. Oh!
Big kick lands.
Ooh, big knee. Oh! The jab followed by the right hand.
Ooh, what a punch.
Oh, Masvidal in a real flow here, sticking and moving. Crowd is like just reacting every time he moves.
Masvidal now has the crowd eating out of his hands. The one thing about
What a shot to the body. Is he going to get it?
he's trying to keep his poker face, but he's hurt very, very bad.
Oh, big roundhouse attempt, just misses. That shot is blocked by Gamebred. Takedown attempt late, and it's good. All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Oh, reversal here, DC.
What a way to switch the position. Fantastic movement by the modifier.
All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. Everything's working. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, so here we go. Third and final round. Well, just as he did in the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active.
That's a big strike right there.
All right, so the hands were working well. Now Masvidal choosing to kick and finding success in that world, too.
I've seen this in Strikeforce. Jorge Masvidal has everything at his disposal. He has every ability that you need in order to become a UFC champion. And right now, he looks like he's having a performance that may lead him to that goal. He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Just digs into the body.
He's shot with every part of himself, and now he's got his opponent hurt.
Wow!
What a to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Oh, man, look at that one body shot.
He got him!
You knew if he landed that weapon repeatedly, it could be a short night for his opponent, but that was just one perfectly placed strike that his opponent candidly didn't even see coming. It landed flush, and the rest, as they say, is history. Big knockout win for him here tonight. All right, DC, no telestrator tonight, but we're going to get you some highlights from this one. This was a fight that had it all, and for my money, his best performance to date.
His best performance to date in the biggest moment. In the biggest moments, you got to show up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. He used every bit of his skill to get the job done.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's going to stop this contest at 2 minutes, 3 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout, haymaker.
Well, we congratulate him on a huge knockout here tonight. He'll probably keep that smile while he's sleeping tonight after what he was able to produce.
He's going to be smiling for a really long time. When you get a knockout like that, not only do you get the win, you also, most times, walk away with a $50,000 bonus check.